Hello, my lively lovelies. Welcome to Alive with Aaliyah. I'm so thankful and glad to be here today, and I'm glad that you've made it here too. It's an exciting day because our plaque from the National Wildlife Federation arrived, and this plaque certifies that our garden is a certified wildlife habitat. This is really exciting to me because I want to do everything I can to support our local wildlife, help them grow and have a place to be, and I also want to enjoy them and share them with my neighborhood. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the criteria for getting certified and things that you can do at home to help promote your local wildlife. Here's a closer look at the plaque. As you can see here in the smaller print, it reads, "This property is recognized for its commitment to sustainably provide essential elements of wildlife habitat: food, water, cover, and places to raise young." Check out www.nwf.org for a full list of the criteria for certifying your wildlife habitat. I'm just going to go over some of the basics. Let's start with food. So food covers a lot. You can do simple things like putting up a bird feeder, a squirrel feeder, a hummingbird feeder, but to really get in there, think about planting plants that are edible to native birds or butterflies, pollinators, things that have berries or nuts or seeds, and of course nectar is huge for all of your pollinators. So here we have some coffee berry. I actually have coffee berry planted throughout. It's kind of a background shrub. And these berries provide a food source to a number of birds. Like I was saying, nectar is wonderful for your pollinators, for your bees, for your hummingbirds. And, I almost got him. He flew away. Some of the Salvia Waverly here that just keeps blooming for me. All my little guys. Where are my little bees? They just love it. They really do. And that hummingbird that just went by earlier. Oh, there's a little skipper. Hi. Bird feeders are a nice way to supplement plants that you have for your wildlife. It can also be helpful when things are out of season. Maybe you have some food scarcity. And for me, I love to use my bird feeders such that I can have a nice view of the birds from my window. So I use seed here, and then I also have my hummingbird feeders. Now it's very important to keep your hummingbirds feeders clean, and to, of course, be careful about what kind of solution you're using. A lot of good suggestions involving just good old-fashioned sugar and water. A lot of people do recommend separate feeder for your squirrels to keep them out of your bird feeders. Water is imperative for all life here, so having a water source as part of your habitat is very important. Perhaps if you are lucky, you have a pond or lake or river or stream on your property, but if not, you can maybe add a small pond or fountains and bird baths like I've done. And even think about those butterflies, little puddling areas for them. So check out that option. Here's one of my bird bath fountains. I'll show you some others too. So this is our main large fountain here. And I just love it so much because the noise it makes is nice and loud. So it lets all the little birdies and critters far and wide that there's a water source here. And of course, with there being so much water here in the pond, serves a lot of purposes for them. They can take a bath or have a drink. This small little fountain is a nice option for critters that want a little more cover or aren't as able to get into the larger fountains. This is a lot closer to the ground, a lot more accessible for them. Here's another bird bath fountain. Animals need cover. They need a place to go in order to hide from predators and to escape the elements. So some options for that are if you have some wooded areas or a thicket, dense shrubs, ground cover. A lot of options there. For us here, some of our plants need to grow a little bit more, but we've already seen some critters hiding out, so I think we're well on our way. These native wild roses are already starting to spread out and grow. So as you see, they're very brambly and will provide some excellent cover as they grow. And we have a number of bushes here. They're very thick. As they grow, they'll also provide some more cover. And there's a number of trees for privacy here. And I've seen some warblers hiding out in here. So that was wonderful to see that this could provide some cover as well. You know, and sometimes your plants can do double duty. Depending on how they're arranged, some of your pollinator plants might actually be great for cover as well. Whether your critters are looking for a place to hide or a place to spend the night, mature trees are a great way to provide habitat. And we were real lucky to have some full-grown mature magnolia trees here. Just beautiful. For your habitat to be ongoing, your wildlife need a place to raise their young, and there are a lot of options for providing habitat for raising young. For example, mature trees, and we have this beautiful native oak put in, so that's also going to be a food source. So it's wonderful when you have that double duty. Other options are to put in nest boxes, host plants for caterpillars, and some of the cover options they went over could also serve as places to raise young, such as brambly type areas. Ponds can be a place to raise young. So many options there. So be sure to check out the full checklist on nwf.org. Host plants for caterpillars are a wonderful contribution to your habitat. Here we have some milkweed, and that is the host plant for the monarch butterfly. This does happen to be the tropical variety, which, as you can see, grows pretty boisterously. But there's some precautions that you'll need to be taking if you use this, to make sure your butterflies don't get away, I believe it's called. So I'm here in California, and I've planted some native milkweed varieties, and they take a lot more patience. Some of them don't look so good, I will admit, but patience is key. I love that the certification program includes sustainability, and part of the sustainability section is water and soil conservation. There's some great ways to conserve water, such as capturing rainwater from your roof and collecting it in jugs and using that to water your landscape. Hopefully your landscape is already water-wise, or you're planning on putting in water-wise plants, but when you do go to irrigate, thinking about using low water methods such as drip irrigation really helps out. Another thing you can do is use plenty of mulch to keep that irrigation that you're using from evaporating. And when you're thinking about your soil, make sure that you're preventing erosion. I'm using this lovely cocoa mulch, which I really like. It's a product of the chocolate industry that otherwise would be wasted. So it's wonderful to give it that second use, and I love the rich brown tone. Running mostly drip irrigation here. So that's nice because we can really focus the water exactly where we need it. That helps limit our water use and keeps us from watering too many weeds.
The rest of the sustainable practices are around controlling invasive species and implementing organic practices. So for controlling invasive species, you would like to basically use native plants when possible. Really consider removing your lawn. And like I said, I do have some species here myself that are non-native, so that can be a personal choice. And then organic practices, like not using chemical fertilizers and chemical pesticides. And of course, when we say chemical, we mean then synthetic, right? So I do try to use the organics. Here, I use a lot of neem oil with my soap, mixed with water, and spray it around with, mixed success. And I'm using that, as pesticide and fungicide. And then very exciting, I use things like ladybugs for pest control for my aphids. I actually do have some spider mites, and so I'll be using some beneficial insects there. So we'll see how that goes.
Thank you so much for joining me and finding out more about how you can take the land around you and make it into a wildlife habitat. Hope you'll check out the National Wildlife Federation's website and learn more. Whether or not you go for the certification, every little thing you can do to help support our wildlife not only benefits the wildlife, but you'll get to see more birds and butterflies and bees, and just makes life better. Thank you for joining me. Live in love with life. This has been Alive with Aaliyah. I'm Aaliyah.